My name's Greg Heffley. I'm 13 years old and I attend Westmore Middle School. I believe in taking care of myself and a balanced diet and relaxing morning routine. When I wake up, I do chin-ups before breakfast. I can do up to 12 now. That's all the exercise I really do. So afterwards, I take a long, deep bath with a honey almond body lotion. And on my face, I get a gel scrub with anti-aging embalming dots placed on my face when needed. I dry myself off over the air vent, shrouding myself in a Jean Paul how do you say that? Gaultier blanket. I demand to travel to school. I demand to travel to school only by car, driven by dad. Upon arriving, I will spend the majority of my day at the lunchroom, discussing the upcoming class leader elections with my friends in the lunchroom. Tables are often exclusive, but I always have one booked for me by Parry Farrell. She's my campaign manager and basically my secretary. Obviously should be class president, but the favorite is Bryce Anderson. But that's only because he'll get votes from all the girls. All so simple-minded, really. Ooh. There's an idea of a Greg Heffley, some kind of abstraction, but there's no real me. I have all the characteristics of a middle schooler: skin, hair, a little acne, but not a single identifiable emotion, except for greed and disgust. And though I can hide my cold gaze, and maybe you can even sense our lifestyles are similar, I simply am not there. I've met that guy, Bryce Anderson, again. I'm sitting at the cafeteria and then he just sits next to me, wearing a smile so fake he might just be perfect for class president, and says this: "Hey, Rowley Jefferson, how's your campaign going? How about, what's her name? Abigail? Nice girl." Bryce has obviously mixed me up with that klutz Rowley. It's easy to see why. We wear the same sort of clothes, we live in the same area, heck, we even go to the same barber. Though my haircut is slightly better. I answer as if I'm Rowley and tell him that things are going real great with Abigail. Not that he cares. He can't even say her name properly. He's just probably just looking out at the competition for class president. He's popular for sure, but I think I can swing it with a good enough campaign. It's all about your flyers. You've got to have a good snappy catchphrase. Ask Roderick for one, and I think it's pretty good. Bryce got some flyers she'll be printing off for me at this very moment. Though Bryce does have a trump card. His running mate and girlfriend is Holly Hills. She's the Bryce Anderson of the girls in the school. They're a big couple around the hallways. Holly runs on a variety of stimulants to even keep her away these days. And today I believe it's caffeine pills. Caffeine pills she took from her mom's extensive medicine cabinet. Though the thing that Bryce doesn't know is that I'm currently stealing his girl away in secret. It's not that Holly is all important, though she is pretty, but I believe that I can reveal her cheating at the right moment to swing over votes to me. That's really what's important. Hopefully I won't have to speak to Bryce like this ever again. Patty will probably have my campaign flyers by now, so I can show those other clowns the curb. What I'll do when I'm done with Holly though, I'm not really sure. Greg, you have a lunch at 12:30 p.m. with Shrug and Rowley, okay? I think my secretary Patty is trying to tell me something, but I'm trying to listen to the new Christina cassette. Doesn't matter. It's just her mentioning my lunch today. I'll be showing off my new flyers. None of those dorks will be even closer as smart as me and my slogan. We would have had Bryce Anderson there too, but that guy rejected our seats and sat down the front, closest to the canteen. How the heck did he swing a booking like that? Anyway, class was boring as usual, but at lunch, we all sat down and started the battle. Poor Rowley went first, and I gotta say, it wasn't that great of a pitch for class president. I tried to be nice when I told Shrug that his rallying cry for revolution looked like it was drawn by a preschooler from a special school. Both of them would be soon bask in the glory of my intelligence. My slogan is catchy yet subtle. They are left silent by my flyer. But then, that fat kid Albert Sandy came up to our table to deliver Bryce's flyer to us personally. Rally for class president. Eat the rich. Vote Shrug Gupta. Make Westport grey again. Vote for class president today. Greg Heffley, a man for all seasons. As he leaves, I swear I could see Bryce look over at us with his usual smirking face. The other two are silent, but they're usually bad at talking anyway. Then I took down the flyer. Look at the subtle off-white colouring, the tasteful thickness of it. God knows what the font is, but it's perfect. The slogan itself is brilliance that no words can describe. Oh my goodness, it even has a watermark. I'm left humbled by this, humbled and enraged. I feel the hunger again. Yes, Bryce Anderson for class president. I am furious. Patty's trying to call me over to discuss the campaign, but I don't care. She's standing behind some curtains or something, always wanting secrecy, but I don't care. I feel a tension in my gut making me want to spew instead. I know that there's only one solution. I have to satisfy a deep hunger. I run out of school, running for home. Along the way, I find standing on the side of the road the perfect meal. Freddie tells me he's homesick today. I can cure that. Despite the fact that he's the biggest weirdo ever, asks if we can talk somewhere that isn't freezing cold. Of course, he lets me in. Gee, it's cold out here, Freddie. Think we could go into your place to have a good talk? I'm not sure he's ever had a genuine friend since my disastrous sleepover. Once inside, I tried to find something that can shut him up. Something fun, though, not too bloody. It'll be hard to keyline it out, especially at his own house. I don't know where his parents are. He mentioned something about his mom working. I don't think his dad is around either. If you know what I mean. The second we enter his house, I make a beeline for his kitchen. I figured something blunt would knock him out, but I couldn't help myself. I had to take a knife. It was some crappy old one. Probably because Freddie's poor, but it worked anyway. I got him right in the gut, just to make sure it hurt. After that, instead of disposing of the body, I cleaned the knife and let people think it was a suicide. I'm a genius. Okay, so I may not be a complete genius after all. After all, I've completely ruined my chance of beating that jerk Bryce Anderson at anything. Even today, he called me Rowley? Me? Rowley Jefferson? It's ridiculous. And after that, all I have on my mind is that dork Rowley. I liked him as a friend because he'd sharp and listen to me. But now I see no use for him, except in helping me feed this hunger I've had recently. Frankly, it was not enough. Now I have Rowley right where I want him, in a far off corner during recess. There's nothing here for me except my own two hands. But I don't care. I can do it. As I approach, I realize I'm nervous. My arms are shivering. In the end, I only managed to graze him before he noticed me. I can't help myself. First, as he turns around, I watch his face light up with anger until he sees me and smiles creepily. Greg, I knew it was you. I've been waiting for you to finally make your move. Suddenly, he starts talking about how he wants my body. Flipping heck. I just have to escape. I run as far as I can just to get out of that situation. Thankfully, any chance Riley has of catching me up to me are thwarted by Holly Hills wanting to meet up. I still need to fix. I still need a fix, as she's a much easier candidate than Rowley turned out to be. I'm hoping to make this fun. It's easy to draw her out. I just have to. I just ask her to come over, and she thinks it's fun when we skip school. Yeah, it will be. At my place, it's almost too easy. I make small talk about the music of Christina. While I get the old shovel, she screams, but all too late. It's beautiful. I got her with a pretty nasty blow on the back of the head, so the next step is to dispose of the body. Limbs have all been sewn off, then the head. All of this had to be done with Dad's old shovel, so it took a while. I should probably look at buying a chainsaw for this. Greg, do you have any involvement with these deaths? So yeah, now Vice Principal Roy is looking into the deaths of Fregley and Holly. Meanwhile, I'm looking around to try and figure out how Roy is onto me. Who could it be? I think it's that damn Jefferson kid. But why would he want to towel on me? Isn't he in love with me or something? He'd never want that to be discovered. It would ruin things with that girl, Abigail. He has to keep up appearances with her. Looking at his weird fashion choices, though, I'm surprised I did not see him as gay earlier. I mean, that scarf with the hat over the suit and those shoes? Seriously, Jefferson, get some style glasses like me. But no, I don't think it is Rowley. I think he's too protective of himself to bring me down. I know exactly who called in Roy. Bryce Anderson. There's only one thing left to do. It's clear to me only one thing will stop this hunger. That is consuming my for every working moment. It's time to eat. Hey Sandy or Bryce or whatever, why don't we have lunch sometime? First, I take him to some random restaurant, but as soon as we sit, he says we should have got a table at Corny's. So arrogant. Still, it doesn't matter how good the food is at Corny's. Either way, Bryce is totally doomed tonight. I could have swung it. For now, he's just being hyped up on sugar. As I wait for his crash, he'll fall asleep and I'll take him somewhere private to feed myself. The plan nearly failed at one point. After I saw the Jeffersons having a meal, but luckily Rowley didn't see me or Bryce. After a hearty meal and his sugar low hitting, Bryce is pretty damn tired. The pills I took from mom's medicine cabinet helped though. The whole family's at home right now. But I take Bryce to either one of our homes. I take him to the Jeffersons. I found a way to break in a long time ago. While Bryce sits on the couch, I find some good music to listen to for this evening. So Bryce, you like Joshy? Is that a raincoat? As I prepare everything by grabbing an axe, I begin to tell Bryce how I feel about Joshy as an artist. His early work was a little too new way for my taste, but when Joshy says came out, I think he really came into his own commercially and artistically. He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Joshy has a far more bitter, cynical sense of humor. Okay, I guess. Dumber. I kept talking, though, stalling. Yeah, Joshy is okay, I guess. I tell him that Joshy's undisputed masterpiece is Hip to Be Square. A song so catchy most people really don't listen to the lyrics, but they should, because it's not just about the pleasures of conformity and the importance of trends. It's also a personal statement about the singer himself, and just like that, I hold up an axe. This is the moment I've been dying for. Hey Bryce, you may think I'm crazy, but I don't really care. Cause I know what's been going on. It's good hip to be square. I sorted Bryce's body into the Jefferson's trash. No one will find it until the garbage men drop off at landfill. I took the keys out of his pocket, snuck into the back door at about 12 a.m. and grabbed a bag of Bryce's stuff. Bryce is going on a holiday and his parents won't find the note for a while. The next morning at school, Mr. Roy was asking some questions again. Probably just going on a holiday for a while, huh? But I think I fooled him completely. He wants to make a few calls and see me at lunchtime though. I'll probably get Pi to cancel it. Speaking of which, apparently she likes me. I mean, I get it. After all, this is me we're talking about. But I'll definitely have to stop this before it gets too obsessive. I'll invite her to dinner, then go back to hers without a knife. But then I'll invite her to dinner, then go back to hers. Will the knife work? Or will I still have to somehow hang her? All details to sort it in due time. The important thing is to invite her first. Patty, dinner tonight? After that was settled, the day seemed like it would cruise by until I had the misfortune to run into Mr. Roy. No big deal until he says, "Oh man, I love Joshy. Do you listen much, Greg?" I quickly told him I didn't and left. Nothing happened at our meeting, but I still feel strange. Well, it looks like I have more important issues than Mr. Roy right now. I've noticed all day that Riley has been following me, trying to talk. Heck, even hid in the locker next to mine when I was trying to hide Bryce Anderson's head. Greg, we need to talk. I need to solve it later in the science classrooms. But still, Riley must be dealt with. Maybe because he's telling people I'm gay, which is totally false. Anyway, I always knew he was so one of them, just by his totally awful color scheme when he dressed. Thankfully, he's just taken us back home, so I've got an easy solution. The plan worked perfectly, and honestly, how is it that I never made QB for Westmore? Quarterback for Westmore?
Because he threw. Oh, damn. Riley passed away very tragically.
Probably wasn't even trying. Still could have done it better than Bryce. Speaking of which, Bradley was the main suspect after the body was found headless in the Jefferson's garage after a garbage man got a little too suspicious. Oh, I said garage, I mean garbage. Now that Riley's out of the picture due to that accident, things are finally going my way. I can feel this hunger constantly. Sometimes I feel like it's really winning me on, giving me the strength to get away with all of this. But looking back, even something like the Bryson incident just doesn't feel like me. Is there even a me anymore? Was there ever a me? I feel dizzy now. I tried to put off the nerves and about this hunger for a while at least until dinner. where I could finally kill my secretary, Patty. It's just something I decided to keep feeding my lust for my hobbies. Soon enough, Patty arrives and she's wearing something hideous, but I tell her she looks great, just so she'll fall quicker. I know she's always liked me, and I would have probably ended up dating her if I wasn't about to cut her head off, or maybe I could split it in two. I guess I'll just have to go with whatever I'm feeling in the moment. So, Patty, what are your ambitions? She clearly wants me to notice how she's changed her hair, but I refuse. She looks like Susan now anyway. Instead, I just let her talk about her dreams of being an investigative journalist for a while as I start to survey the area, look for possible means of execution. I decided to take her to school first, claiming I needed to pick up some books. But really, it's because I think it'd be more like a on a live note if she were found dead in the school. On that note, I found a tie in the teacher's desk, which will be perfect for the unaliving. As she was talking about her future, I stood behind her, ready to end it. But then, my phone started ringing. It went straight to voicemail, and the caller just started talking as if I wasn't there, not picking up. I had to apologize to Patty and leave. I ran. She's crying, but I don't care. What scares me is that the caller was Holly. Holly is dead. Holly is dead. Just keep telling yourself Holly is dead. But then, how did she just call me? It had to be Heather. Maybe she just had Holly's phone and decided to call me, which probably means she now suspects me of killing Holly. Which I mean, I did do, yeah, but still, it looks like I'll have to bump off the entire Hills family at this point. I don't think I can take it. This hunger feels like it's eating me. Now I find faces just melt together. I saw Manny at home and told Shrug to get the heck out of my face. I have to tell someone what I've done. Tell someone I can trust. Rowley, wait, I killed him. Okay, better tell Roderick. I did it all. Holly, Bryce, Rowley, even Fregley. I spent maybe half an hour just to explain the whole story. And after all that, he just laughs and tells me, man, your recess is way more confusing than mine was. Wait, your recess was way more confusing than mine was. I was left stunned. I don't know what to think anymore. First of all, Patty is still alive. Does she know I tried to strangle her? Will she tell anyone? No, surely not. She's in love with me. She wouldn't dare. But what's wrong? Why can't I kill her? I don't want to face that right now because there's something else that's growing inside me. Not the hunger anymore. No, it's the anxiety. Knowing I have to face school tomorrow. Word is there was a big party I missed tonight. Albert Sandys, or was it Jordan Lankeys, or Ben Fielders, though all their faces are sort of blurry these days. I'm tired. Shrug arrives and tells me I really missed the party last night. He tells me Bryce's party was great. I correct him and he tells me, yeah, maybe it was Albert or something. He tells me that even Rowley went to the party. He tells me Holly was asking for me. He tells me it could have been Patty. He can't really remember. I don't listen. He tells me all these things and I don't care. I've realized the true fear of the unknown, of what comes next, fear of the future, knowing that I could kill anyone and no one will care. Then I ask, what is the point of this lust when no one knows it, but I know something, I know nothing else. All that is left is to kill and kill again. To stop would be to stop living itself. I cannot stop, the hunger is too much, and I'll be left tortured, empty body, racked by the knowledge. It is clear that no one will stop me. I'm trapped, killing forever to a long, slow death. My pain is constant and sharp, and I do not hope for a better world for anyone. In fact, I want my pain to be inflicted onto others. I want no one to escape. But even after admitting this, there is no catharsis. My punishment continues to elude, and I gain no deeper knowledge of myself. Greg Heffley, A Man for All Seasons. The end.